Hey friends, welcome to a Watcher of Realms video events. And I wanted to speak to you guys specifically pertaining to this. Of course, the weekend has opened up, so Thursday there's no action. From the weekend summons perspective, Friday, which is 8th of November, is when the crazy stuff starts in the form of invocation and in the form of divine, both getting their 2x things. And then there is a special divine and a special invocation that is coming, and we can see the heroes. So, very clearly, we have got a new hero coming, then that's Comet that we are able to recognize. We have got Baron, Maul, and we have Lightlock. So, let's go with this new hero. That's Beatrix. Some content creators with access to the test server have shared about her. So that's that. That's Beatrix. She's part of the cultist faction. She's a mage, magic hero. She has got this book with tentacles, wormy tentacles, and that's her 360 degrees. Yes, those are well-shaped cheeks. Well, what to say? The game does try to pull a blah on all the guys, at least in the game. So what does she do? Summon. So she summons something and damage escalating. Okay, so talent. When an enemy dies in range, summons one Dream Eater. What's a Dream Eater? Inherits 100% of the master's attributes and assists the master in attacking enemies in range. Now that already makes her very powerful, because for whatever short period of time, she's able to summon a minion or any kind of a entity that has 100% of the master's attributes. 100% attributes, which includes HP, attack, and blah, blah, blah. Wow. Each attack deals 40% AoE damage, AoE magic damage to up to 5 enemies. The Dream Eater exists for 18 seconds and explodes upon expiration. So while going, causes even extra damage, dealing 100% AoE magic damage to up to 5 enemies. So the explosion is badass again. Up to 4 Dream Eaters can exist simultaneously. So she can call up to 4 Dream Eaters. And you can imagine the number of enemies they cover. Many enemies they'll be covering double, triple, or even 4 times. Then there'll be 40% AoE magic damage to up to all these fellows, so multiple of that. And then in the end, when they explode, some could explode together, or some could actually be one after another, depending on when they sprouted and when their seconds get over, and boom. So that's some real crazy stuff. Let's go and check this ultimate, because that's where the real deal sits. So the ultimate, that's the range. I want to check the actual range of this hero. So we'll do the max level. Okay, so in the bottom row, one tile extra on both sides. So that's a broad one. Okay, fair enough. Let's go here. Summons 2 Dream Eaters. We just discussed what do these fellows do. During the ultimate, increases the damage of both Beatrix and her summons by 20%. So in regular time, the Dream Eaters do what they do. This. During the ultimate, which is 20 seconds, they get a buff. A damage buff. So the damage is increased by 20% by the hero and by the summons. Her summons, and 2 of them pop up during this during the ultimate, and reduces the cooldown of talent by 5 seconds. So in the talent summons 1 Dream Eater, and it has a cooldown of 15 seconds, but during the ultimate it gets reduced. Wow. And then of course the damage increase, which is 20%, can be scaled up by another 15%. Let's look at this. Deals AoE magic damage to up to 5 enemies. So that's what she does, and it can be scaled up to 120%. We go over here, Nightmare Curse, that's a passive. The basic attack of the hero and Dream Eater has 20% chance to inflict slow on enemies, and this is really nice. The movement, so what is slow? Movement speed minus 25% takes effect only when stronger than the current buff debuff on the same attribute. So this slow is for 1.5 seconds, and as you can see during the skill up, you can increase it by 0.5 to 2 seconds overall. Then also skill up of slow trigger chance by 10%, so it's 20%, it goes up by another 10, and slow effect will be, so it's minus 25, it can be increased in slowing up by another 25%, so it will become minus 50%. Let's look at the last passive, Spirit Drain. When an allied summon spawns on the battlefield, this is not Beatrix, but somebody else's summon, because there are other heroes that summon too. Increases the hero's attack by 1%, stacking up to 5 times. And this stack can be further scaled up by plus 5. So it can become stacking up to 10 times. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff happening. Let's look at the awakenings. Awaken 1, each stack of Spirit Drain increases attack by 1%. Dream Eater's death can also grant 1 stack of Spirit Drain. We know what Spirit Drain is, right? This one. Okay, there's nothing significant there, at least in my understanding. Then second one is the standard one, attack. Base attack increases by plus 300. Awaken 3, when the Dream Eater dies, Beatrix restores 10% of her HP. So there are quite a few Dream Eaters that are going to be there, and as they pop, she gets that. Awaken 4 is where the cost comes down. She's already an extremely... One second, why did I go out? She's an extremely costly hero at 22, because you will see in the subsequent fellow, let's see right now, this fellow is 19. Beatrix is 22. And there is a reason for that. She's doing a lot of this Dream Eater and all that other crap onto the enemies. So there's some amount of taming, but okay, you pull a lot, which means you spend a lot. You can get the cost down to 19 from 22 through Awaken 4. Awaken 5 is enhancement of the Soul Feast. Increase the number of Dream Eaters summoned by the ultimate by 1. So 2 come via the ultimate. At Awaken 5, 3 will come. When the talent is triggered, there is a 25% chance to summon true Dream Eaters. So that's that. Too many Dream Eaters, man. Okay, so going forward, the rest of the stuff is standard. What is her story? She offers rest when you're weary, a soothing touch when you ache, and warm concoction to help you slumber. Of course, once you do fall asleep, she'll steal away your very soul. This is the tale of Beatrix, the Shadow Collector. And then you've got a lot of other stuff that she does. So I will leave that hot stuff for you to read directly. The second legendary is another mage, magic mage. He's already a well-proven winner. You can find out from the review. And when you see the lowest review is 4.5, that shows that he is top-notch. Really useful across the game in most aspects of the arena, and also tougher areas of the game like Void Rift, Gear Dungeon 1, Faction Trial, Guild War. Everywhere he's doing brilliant stuff. So that's Comet. His talent is Obliteration Strike, deals 400% extra high damage to enemies who have not been attacked. Sustained damage is his craziness. Festering Curse, that's his range. Let's see if the range goes up. It remains the same. So each attack deals 320% AoE damage lasting for 15 seconds, and that can be skilled up by another 80% to total 400 AoE, 400% AoE damage, and the effect can go to 20% via skill up. Well, then basic attack is magic damage 100% and skilling up of 20%. That's the standard that's given to all these magic damagers. Curse of Obliteration. Every 7 attacks apply curse to the enemy target. The next attack to an enemy target with curse can trigger Obliteration Strike, and it's explained over here. What is the Obliteration Strike? Deals 400% damage, 400% extra high damage to enemies who have not been attacked. That is what is going to be given to these various fellows who have the curse on them. The curse duration can be scaled up by 2 seconds, and required attack again can be scaled up by -1, -2. So it becomes every 5 attacks the curse is applied. From 7, 2 gets reduced. Infernal Plague is another passive. Upon killing a target, the hero's attack will bounce off to 2 enemy targets, dealing 120% magic damage, apart from all the other crap he's doing. And this can be skilled up further, 40% of magic damage. So that's that. He has got Awakenings too. Infernal Plague can bounce to 1 extra target. What is the Infernal Plague? Upon killing a target, the hero's attack will bounce to 2, will bounce to 1 extra 3. Attack numbers go by +5%. Increases ultimate attack range. So the range will go, I guess it's a little broader. I haven't checked it, but I would like to believe. I think my fellow, why am I guessing? Let's go and find out. I think he's Awaken 1, if I remember well. Yeah, Awaken 1. Oh, it's far away from coming here. So that's Awaken 3. Rage Regen Auto receives +1. And the last Awaken 5 is when dealing damage, Infernal Plague inflicts curse on the target. So Infernal Plague, curse. Okay, so it's been just damage, but at Awaken 5, Infernal Plague passive straight away inflicts curse on the target. So it bounces after 2 targets, which will now bounce after 3 because that option is available at Awaken 1. And now those 3 fellows will straight away get the curse. Well, that Awaken 5 is a badass thing. So that's that. That's Comet, part of the Esotericist faction. Then we have Baron, a very good hero for throughout the game. He's unyielding, so he cannot be killed, and so on and so forth. This should show you what an important epic he is. He obviously is useful in certain parts of the game, the high competitive areas where he finds a way to survive, and at the same time, when the fatal blow comes, he gives you those 7-8 seconds of staying put, not dying. And so on and so forth. His skin is in the shop of the Shadow in the Castle, so you can get that. Wait, no, inside here it's not available. We'll go and check it directly. Maul, another top DPS hero, AoE damager, burst damager, and freezes, slows, so all kinds of stuff he does. Again, you can see how well rated he is in most of the competitive areas in the game, and worth investing in. Lightlock is useful at the beginning, and you get him also useful, but in the beginning of the game, any regular hero is fairly useful. It's subsequently he becomes other heroes outshadow him, is what I will say. I will not call him useless, but others are better. Part of the 2 factions, so that helps He's part of the Northerner, single faction nightmare, single faction, and she's also single faction cultist. So these are the heroes that are going to be available on Friday. She is really well talked about, and I'll give you a little view of the curves so that you get besotted and go for her on Friday. So yeah, that's what is there on offer. Now, what am I going to do? I am collecting, obviously, certain things. The good part has been, so I'm not a massive content creator like many fellows out there, but I did get my gems in the range of some 7,000 something. So that has come and is useful. So that it's going to provide me a little elbow room to do some summons. And of course, I'm saving my blue shards and crystals. That's why I did not go for Twyla A1. Not that I would have got. I may have got an A2 also into back-to-back pulls, but I could do 200 and arrive at pity, and the pity can be any hero that I really don't want. So that's that. Having said that, we all know how summons works. So again, I will repeat, having said that, this is what the banner has been declared. So good luck planning for your summons. She is really worth getting, and in case you don't have Kamet, he is worth getting. And if you're a new player, then for sure I would say hold on for that particular period, because you'll get multiple copies of this potentially and this fellow for sure. So I would say hang on to be able to pick up this and this. So that's that. So a good offering for the weekend. Good luck for your pulls, and see you in the next video. Cheers.